The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, and Subaru Productions.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Tokucast Reviews, episode 119.
Hi.
This one's going to be a little different because it's not of a show. Technically. And it's not...
Two miniseries.
It's two miniseries, one of Sentai and one of Kamen Rider.
Yes, tying in both to the last Sentai and Rider that we did.
So, we're going to go ahead and start with...
Greatest Battle.
Greatest Battle.
Strongest battle.
Whatever.
Either way, really.
Battle Royale.
More like a tournament.
Tournament talk!
It's very, very much so a tournament. A little mini tournament arc. With the return of Zua Red, Captain Marvelous, Doggy Kruger, Tokyu Gogo,
Aka Ninja, and Sasori Orange.
Yes. Stinger. One, I didn't think this cast would work as well as they did.
Oh no, they worked really well.
They worked very well together.
Yeah.
It helps that I think they gave Aka Ninja like the biggest hill of Ridlin.
It also helps that they paired him up with people like Captain Marvelous.
Who wasn't going to take any of his shit.
And I love it, because the first time they meet, he's like, "Oh, hey, mister, who are you?" And he's just like, "Don't talk to me."
Gotcha.
You see what you're doing? Don't do that. Captain Marvelous is such a bastard man in this, and I freaking love it.
He's very broody.
Yeah, I mean...
When was he not?
To be fair, they meet
throughout
Geisel.
the entirety of Gokaiger.
He was kind of broody.
He was not broody.
A little bit.
He was more of a stoic badass. He was not like, "Grr, I'm an island unto myself."
And then Bosco showed up, and he became super broody. Yeah, I really enjoyed this though, especially because the whole thing ends up revolving around Geisel. So, we thought it was going to be something good, and then it wasn't.
Honestly,
damn.
Honestly, that purple guy shows up, and I'm like, "All right, you." So this is what we're doing, huh?
I kind of forgot he was in it.
He was sort of the main bad guy for most of it.
Yeah.
Well, the armor anyway.
Who cares?
I sort of want to talk about this
overall, I think this show was fluffy and inconsequential, but it definitely has its moments.
Yeah. Having Ryuso green and black sort of just be around in each episode.
I didn't like that.
It was... I mean, they were inoffensive.
I didn't care, though. It was like, no.
Because
I'm like, no, cut back to the other stuff. I want to see the characters I like. I don't care about these guys.
They were in there for like a minute or two at the end of it.
And it was a minute or two that I didn't want to see them.
Yes, I'm assuming you watched this after you watched Ryu Soldier.
Yeah.
See, I watched this before I watched Ryu Soldier.
You watched while it was airing.
Yeah, so well, actually I didn't. So it was nice to have that, from that perspective, it was nice to have that kind of sneak peek to Ryu Soldier. Mm-hmm. Despite how, he's disappointed too. Despite how disappointing Ryu Soldier was.
Your show will be probably in January.
It was nice to have that sneak peek.
Okay, well, it's their own. Not my experience with it, but I really liked the first fight between Patra and Ichigo and Zio Red.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot, especially because it ended with a conversation.
Yeah.
And
that's how a lot of these ended.
I know, but it was nice. It was nice that it didn't just come down to punching things.
Or slashing things.
I do like Doggy Kruger versus Go.
We'll talk about that one. I really enjoyed how, one, because Doggy already knew Marvelous. Mm-hmm. So it was just like, having their already established relationship, and then Doggy talking to everybody else, especially with Tokyu Gogo. Mm-hmm. And then, having Stinger out there, figuring out exactly what this whole thing is with Rita, because obviously. Rita. Who's an evil witch who made all of this happen.
You know what this kind of reminds me of, and this is a weird connection?
What's that?
Do you remember the Teen Titans episode where all the boys got teleported away to do a tournament?
Oh, yeah. I can assure you there will be most magnificent prizes.
And the guy was just stealing all their powers.
Yeah.
I don't know why, it made me think of that.
Yeah, Jim Cummings played the villain in that episode.
Tournament of Heroes!
Yes.
Also,
and then at the very end of the episode, welcome to the Tournament of Heroines.
I did really enjoy Stinger basically playing the same role that he had in Q Ranger, at least in the beginning.
Espionage?
Pretty much. That was his whole thing. Going around, figuring out, looking at books. Luca's in this. She was the first one possessed by the armor. And then everybody, it starts body jumping to other people. But I do want to talk about some of the fights. That fight between Gao Red, who was in this, and they all just came back for something as well.
Oh, cool.
For Senkaiger. It was him, King of Green, and who was blue?
It was Volshark.
Volshark
Against Zero Red.
I loved this fight so much because it was all of the transformations with Zero Red and everything. It was just like a medley of transformations and him just switching each time to fight somebody differently. And I really appreciated that. The aerial combat between him and King Green was pretty damn great. But the big one is, it was great hearing the theme song there for Zyuohger. Yeah, sure, whatever. However, the Tokucast fight with Deca Master and Tokyo Go-Go, hearing that theme song, it's such a good fight theme song. It's so good.
It gets you hyped.
It is amazing. And then her doing the Battle Fever Robo finisher.
Imagination.
That was the moment I was just like, all right, I'm sold.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let me ask you this, though. Do you think Deca Master was trying at 100%, or do you think he knew he let the fight go to teach this younger person how to be better?
I don't know. I just cared about the fight.
It's possible he also underestimated her, was taken aback by how strong she could be.
Strong her imagination was.
I was just curious, because I kind of got the feeling that at sometimes he was just like holding back so that she could grow. And that is so in character with him.
Okay. I just loved having him back.
Oh, no, absolutely. It's also a fucking amazing suit.
And his voice actor really sells that.
Oh, yeah.
His voice
Good
actor
stuff.
is fantastic. It's like, I could see him as being the older commander, and I appreciate the hell out of that. And then it ends with Very Super getting possessed, and then Rita getting possessed by the guy's old armor, and then them all going like super mode and destroying it. Yep. So it was a little bit inconsequential, although I think Black and Green did show up after the final fight happened to fight out some of the other baddies and get one of the Ryuso keys, that is. And that's basically it. I enjoyed this.
I enjoyed it.
It was a good little medley of seeing different Sentai teams and everything.
It was a good palate cleanser kind of deal.
Coming after Lupat, going into Ryuso. It was fun.
It's kind of like the Toku equivalent of cotton candy.
Yeah.
It's just like fluffy, sugary, but sometimes that's all you need.
We're just a little bit of badass because that Tokucast thing just came on. We're just
A little bit extra syrup.
Yeah, there we go.
all right.
Five time, Ryuki. Oh, God.
Couldn't we have started with this one so we could end on a happier note? No. Okay.
So it's both a sequel and another timeline of the original Ryuki. Because
they got two for the price of one.
It's just weird. It's weird how they did it. I appreciate
because that's where Zio belongs.
Very sparsely.
I was going to say clearance.
Very sparsely in this
the dollar store.
In this special.
Clearance in the dollar store.
Zio,
the free bin outside of 2nd and Charles, and no one takes it.
There you go.
Yeah, this is Zio and Gaze barely ever show up in this. They're only in there for like a couple of minutes at the most. Most of the time we're actually focused on Shinji.
Who? God bless him. God bless his heart. Shinji. You clueless dope. He's still the same person. It's like he hasn't changed a day.
And I appreciate the hell out of it.
Like, the actor definitely looks older, but goodness, if he still isn't able to play that role exactly the way he did back in the early 2000s. And he still comes across as the same. It's like it's like he never left. He's still very earnest, very eager to help, and very clueless and dumb at the same time, but in such an endearing way.
Yeah. And I really end up appreciating it. It's just like, all right, I'm completely invested because of the fact that the character is still the character.
I loved the scene where it was him and Knight talking, because they've all lost their memories. Well, yeah, more or less. When the two of them are talking, and they finished up their conversation with, it's like, I don't think we got along well in our previous life, did we? He's like, no, I don't think we did.
No, we did not. It's more or less factual.
Yeah,
The only person who still has memories...
They were the best of frenemies, and I loved them for it.
The only person who still had his memories was, of course, Oja.
Mm-hmm. Who also hasn't changed.
None of them really have.
Yeah, they're all still like the same character. They've just aged 20 years.
Yeah. It's like,
However
alright,
long it's been.
people are still bastard men.
Mm-hmm.
People are still getting killed. Because they replaced a lot of the other writers.
Mm-hmm.
And then pretty much every single one of them ended up dying. Oh, they brought in Abyss and Verde from Decade and the movies, respectively.
Mm-hmm.
No Femme, though, but I guess with the way that this one works, she wouldn't have really worked.
Well, we only have room for one female character. And she was the one who had to tell everyone to tatakai each other and touse each other.
She was new Tatakai.
Yes. She shows up and instantly is like, become riders, tatakai each other, touse everyone.
I did like her story. I was a little bit confused on how things happened with her. Like, I get that it was either the other Ryuki or the person who played Odin. I believe it was the other Ryuki. It was like his wife or something, and then she more or less got killed, but he figured out some way.
In a coma.
Yeah.
Because we keep cutting to her in the intensive care ward. We know because the intensive care sign keeps on taking front and center stage.
And he figures out some way to make the Rider War happen with the another Ryuki.
Again.
So all of this could actually still happen, so we can Tatakai and Taos until the end of
And Taos and Tatakai.
Until the end of time.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the end of the time ends about the same time that Oja ends up coming in and getting killed.
Yeah.
I really appreciate, especially the whole thing with the person who is now Zolda. Who ends up, I'm working for you now. And then he ends up back shooting him, not stabbing him. There is a big gun.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got to talk about the big one in the room.
Oh, what's that?
Raya and Guy.
Go on.
Do you not remember that whole scene? I think this is the one that everybody flipped out.
It's been a very long time since I've seen Ryuki.
Well, this one. I'm talking about Rider Time Ryuki.
Well,
Who was the director? Who was the director for this? I have to make sure. Because I believe... Oh, let's just actually go to an episode. It'll tell us what the episode is. Advent again. They redid the opening. It's Inoue. Of course it is! Yeah, Mr. Inoue himself. If there is a body of water, somebody's going to be thrown into it.
Chekhov's body of water.
Yeah. I mean, it's fair and
For all
factual.
the theater jokes out there.
There you go.
And this time it's just like, let's have Guy and Raya bang.
In the water.
No, in a bed. They killed somebody and then banged. And I'm sitting here like...
His headcanon is so fun.
Inoue is just such a weird person. He's such a weird person.
You say so.
And
I don't know, you kill someone, you get that post-murder high, I guess you need to burn it off somehow.
That blood flow is going down.
There you go.
This is a kid's show.
No, it isn't. This one was actually released on the internet explicitly for adults.
Based on a kid's show.
And
they realize
what is your point?
Who watched it is now an adult. So here we are.
Say everybody who watched this when they were 13 are now in their 30s or something.
There are parts I like about this special. There are parts I don't like. They did flip the ending of Ryuki, where now Ren is the one who dies, and Shinji is the one who doesn't die for 15 minutes.
Good for them.
Yeah, they flipped the script a little bit. So
it's
Shinji's
like a
the
completely different show now.
So Shinji's the one who survives, so that Zio can get the Ryuki power.
So we can live to Tatakai another day.
Or just walk away.
Or that too. Back to the journalism office.
I actually like a lot of the ways that this was shot, though. I thought, especially it was different. A few Dutch angles here and there. I thought it was interesting. It was a good upgrade of the way that Ryuki looked, especially because none of the suits looked like W's.
Because Ryuki had a very bleak look.
And it was still
in the original TV show, and this is that, but it's glossed up in full HD now.
Yeah. And it still looks good. All the suits look good.
Yeah, suits are good. The action is well framed.
They're not the Shin suit or the
CGI is much improved.
Yeah.
the Gil suit, which are both now completed. Just
Destroyed is the word you were looking for.
yeah, in the Superhero Senki movie, they had like the Shin suit on a stand instead of somebody being in the suit. In all of the shots, you never actually see Shin running because the suit's just gone. So I take better care of the shit.
Or just build another one.
Or that. I mean, either way.
If you're gonna put them in, if you're gonna go through all the trouble of putting them in there,
Just build another.
I'm just picturing some poor production assistant with like a mannequin on the edge of a stick, just like
You'd be accurate. But yeah, I appreciated this.
The guy on Amazon had to push the head off and went, shit, that was a shot.
I appreciate it. Right.
the effect isn't working. Joe, get in there.
The explosion didn't make it go forward. It just sat there. I appreciated this.
Yeah.
It was okay.
It was okay.
It wasn't terrible. It still felt
It
very...
certainly wasn't terrible, no.
It felt very Ryuki.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe
That
it.
is a very good way to
for
describe
all
it,
of its
yeah.
faults. It does still feel like Ryuki.
Yeah. And the actors, especially all the returning ones, really make it feel that way.
Yes.
The guy who played, I believe it was Verde, ends up playing Ikazuchi in 01. The third member of the Mitsubo Jinrai. The astronaut guy.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I just zoned out because I'm just looking forward to reviewing 01.
In probably January.
Fuck.
01's getting its own month.
But yeah.
So look forward to that.
That's it for this episode. Next time, we're going back to Space Sheriff.
Yep, for the last one.
Well,
Dang it.
for the last Space Sheriff.
Okay.
Not for the last Metal Hero.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
So join
Space
us.
Seraph. What's their name again?
Scheider, the blue
Space
one.
Seraph Scheider.
When are we going to review Big Bag Beetleborgs?
We're not. Yeah, so join us in that.
Elvis Presley Vampire.
When are we going to review the Toku that Beetleborgs is based on?
That's a better question. I'm not sure if it's fully subbed yet.
Are we ever going to...
We watched the first episode in college.
Yeah, Jugoku Bee Fighter, I don't know, and its sequel. Nope. I don't know exactly, because they've been doing that one forever, and I don't think they've ever completed it. So I'm a little bit sad on exactly how. But if there's a completed sub out there, we're definitely going to get into it.
But if you want Big Bad Beetleborgs,
We will
get
not
in the
be doing
comments.
it.
Get in the comments.
We won't be doing it. That was 90s trash, and it'll stay there.
What about
yeah.
VR Troopers?
No.
What about Mystic Knights of Tiernan?
Hell no.
Oh god, that every time someone
What
brings
about
that up.
what about Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad?
The one that was...
Thank you to everyone, to the people in the comments who helped me remember the name of that one.
What was the one?
That's
one-
Gridman.
Yeah, that was Gridman.
What about the one
We'll
that
be
made
doing
fun
the
of
Starring the kid from Boy Meets World.
We'll be doing the anime, though.
Oh, which one?
Ryder Strong.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was him.
we'll be
I
doing...
might be completely wrong.
I will look it up.
We're doing SSS Gridman and SSS.
That
What
is
about
about-
the... What's the one they made fun of in DBZ Abridged? Teenagers from Beverly Hills, like tattoo.
Tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills.
All that 90s shit that won't be done. But yeah, join us next
we need
time.
to do a video just talking about those.
Join us next time when we get back to the 80s to do Scheider.
Yay.
Follow us on all the things.
We're going to be like the rest of the entertainment industry and go, hey, remember the 80s?
We'll see you guys next time. Bye,
Maybe not
everybody.
so much anymore.
Bye.